EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Straight ahead, it's Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a great one in store between the London Black Knights and the Chicago Blues. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Here we go. Lady! Here we go. Black.
Hey, watch the edge.
They'll run for the first time with Raheem Mostert. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. So a nice run there, and I have to think a strong running game of the playoffs, maybe even more critical than the regular season. And if you go by the numbers, the man they have running it here, he was the best in the NFL.
And since he led the league in rushing yards, I think it means he's going to see the ball a lot in this game, too, because that's what they're built like. That's what they're built around. So I think the offensive line, the tight end, the wide receivers, everyone is coming together, wanting him to get the ball and get it often, and they want to carve some holes out there for him.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. Their opening drive here is going to result in a punt. They got 7 yards there, but not enough.
And him running the football is not something the defenses spend a lot of time preparing for. But this guy has a survival instinct and a knack for knowing when exactly to do it.
They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 43. From the gun, it's Kaepernick. Got this complete to Racey McMath. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick. Being chased out left. That's going to be caught by Pitts. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. A big connection on that one. 31 yards.
Mike 9. Hey, we gotta get to 9. Mike over there. Exit.
To throw is Kaepernick. Flushed out right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll run here with Raymond Calais. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
91.
A quick throw by Kaepernick complete. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
And he'll wind up being knocked back to the 3-yard line. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Chicago defense able to come up with a goal line stand.
Rip. He's checking.
They'll start on the ground with Mostert. And a nice pickup as this one gets them to the 10-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this 2nd down call after that type of a gain.
He finds some open field here. He's at the 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, Chicago. Raheem Mostert An even 90 yards. And the Blues will strike first here, this wild card matchup. Extra point by Nagar is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Pulls it in at the 13.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. So that time the pressure got home just as he was releasing the football and caused the pick.
And what it did was it disrupted that fragile balance of the mechanics of throwing the football. You know, from the footwork to being able to actually throw it downfield. If one piece of that puzzle gets disrupted, it affects the entire chance of success.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. A first carry now for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
Let's go, fellas.
Here's Mostert. And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. They go back to the ground, this time Mostert. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9. Well, they're making a real first quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
On 2nd and goal, Wentz, and it's caught. Touchdown! A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Blues are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Nagar now for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
They'll run. Calais. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. And give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. Now Kaepernick steps away to his left. And he goes out right around the 39.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that.
And now the ball's out, fumbled near midfield. And the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Go. 180. Mike, 49. Quarterback, don't get nervous now.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. The tackle by Cole Holcomb.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher, 3rd and 6.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming. Double up.
Now a play fake. Wentz. This one swung out to Williams. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. They hand it off to Mostert. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
They fake the give. Now Wentz. They'll roll him out right. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. 126 yards rushing for him in this first half, as he has certainly carried over his regular season success into the playoffs. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. This is Mostert. On the stop there defensively, Marcus May with the tackle.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess that got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Blues continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Extra point by Nagar is up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Pulls it in at the 13. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You'd better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you. To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free, and there's another example, another incompletion.
Kaepernick now to throw. They'll set up the screen to Calais. And he gets this up to the 34, out of bounds there.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
All that for a 2-yard gain, second down. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a third and about 4 more for a first. Here's Calais. He will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
This to Jarwin. And it's a fumble, and this will be scooped up by the defense.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last two, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Wentz. And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete. Touchdown, Chicago! 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And the Blues are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Nagar is up and good. And it is 28-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Pulls it in at the 13. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. They'll contain him to just 4, second down. And this time they'll just keep this on the ground. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll also wind up being the final play of this first half. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. A fairly short kick from the 14. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll start the third quarter here on the ground. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, we got a seal. We got a seal. We got a seal. Oh, you got deep? Mike 9. Mike 9. Here we go. Here we go.
Again, it's Calais. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Here's Kaepernick. Open man is McMath. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll try and run for it. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Backed up where they were on this side of the field, that was a gutsy call.
A gutsy call that never should have happened. Not so much them going for it. That's their decision. But where's the defensive front? Where's the leverage? Where's the low man wins? Where's getting into the offensive backfield and spilling the play? How did they permit them to pick up a first down in that situation?
And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Three yards remain for 2nd down. On the ground, it's Calais. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 68 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
They run with Calais. Despite the strong run, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Now they try the right side here. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
On play action, it's Kaepernick. Sliding out of the pocket. And it's caught. Touchdown. Kyle Pitts there to make the grab. And the Black Knights get a bit closer. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Boys, let's go. Let's go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. 2nd down, here's Mostert again. First down and a little extra for Mostert. And he'll take this down to the 40-yard line. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second half blowout material. On the handoff, this is Mostert. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. On play action, Wentz. Got an open man, it's Schwartz. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
5-2. At least 5-2. Check. Here, check three.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Williams going to get it again on second down. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. The offense on third down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Watch the whip. Switch. Hatch it.
And that'll set them back 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Let them know.
Here, sit.
Let them know.
Two jet.
49, guys. Mike, 49. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Play action. Now Wentz. Oh, and that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. Nagar's kick is good. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
Taken at the 15, a short kick. And now the rookie's free. The 20. Touchdown! He brings the kickoff back 85 yards. And the Black Knights are able to cut into that deficit. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And you'd have to say they have done what they set out to do in this wild card round. It won't get easier from here, of course, but they'll certainly have some momentum. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago.